welcome to Growing Older and Wiser. I'm Krista Gibson. So I think you'd have to be living on another planet not to notice the big discussion. I think discussion isn't the right word, but I will use it to be kind, going on about age. And most specifically about the age of the President of the United States, Joe Biden, and how he is too old to continue holding the job he's already got, which he's been doing an admirable job at. Yet, the person who's running against him, who's only 3 years younger, who barely can put two sentences together or two words, they're not even talking about him. What I want to do today, though, is I want to set politics aside because I'm not going to go down that road. What I'm looking at, though, is the bigger picture that's being put out there that I think you and I and others in our age ranges really need to look at. And that is, ageism is alive and well, isn't it? You know, I think at some point we kind of all thought that because more older people were, like keeping their jobs and, working in society and that sort of thing, that maybe some ageism had gone. It's not. It's alive and well. People are still discriminated against mentally, if not physically, attitudinally. The older we get, it's like people assume you can't remember things. Well, maybe there's some truth to that. That you're not coherent, that everybody has dementia, everybody has all these mental issues and cloudiness and everything, and it's just not true, is it? Yes, as we grow older, and it can start in your 30s, people start maybe not remembering quite as frequently as they did before. And I like to tell people, well, it's because the file folders get full and you got to start dumping some stuff. I mean, you only have so much room in there. It's a joke, but there's some truth to that. What I'm getting at is that as we age, as I said very early on in this series, well over a year ago now, is that yes, there are changes, and yes, there are, maybe we will start losing a bit of memory and that sort of thing. But it does not detract from our being vibrant, our being effective, our living our lives and doing the things we want to do. And so I want to pose two things to you today. First of all, actually three, I guess, but number one, remembering ageism is alive and well. Number two, do not take that on yourself. Just because there are people out there who want to negate us and make us less than because we're older, and that can start at any age, don't let it get to you. Don't just say, hey, that's your opinion and you happen to be wrong. I'm going to live my life. And the other thing is to be aware that you can be a role model for people your age, older and younger. Live your life out loud. Be who you are. Don't let them make you feel less than. Do not be intimidated by all of this malarkey about age. We all age differently, and it is true that some people are very old when they're 50. Other people are very young when they're 90. There is not a one-size-fits-all when it comes to aging. And what I'm talking about in this series is growing older and wiser. And part of that wisdom is accepting our age, whatever it might be, and continuing to live our lives as fully and vibrantly as we can and out loud where other people can see us doing it. And that can be like one of the best ways for us to work against the ageism that's out there. We don't necessarily have to give speeches or talks or whatever. You can if you want to and if that's your calling. Mostly it's how do you live your life, and do people see you? They obviously can see that you're older, I assume, and live your life out loud. There's nothing like the example. And getting back to Joe Biden, that's one of the things that people are pointing out. Okay, so you're saying that, he's too old to do this. Well, look what he's currently doing. You're saying he's too old to do the job he's already doing. And sure, some people will say he's not doing a good job, but you can go there and look at all the things he's done. He's, no matter how much you might dislike the man, how much you may disagree with his politics, he has gotten a lot done. So he is living his life. He's 81, doing a fabulous job. Truth is, I don't want to be president of the United States. I didn't want to do it when I was 30, and I don't want to do it when I'm 81. And good for him that he's willing to do it and apply his wisdom. So let's you and I do the same thing. Let's live our lives consciously, deliberately. Let's be as effective as we want to be in whatever way that is. Doesn't mean you have to get on the world stage. Maybe it's just privately going to the grocery store and being a happy person. People go, gee, look, there's an older person who's happy. Wow, imagine that. So that's my thoughts for the week. You know, let's work against ageism by being the best we can be, no matter what age we are, no matter how young, no matter how old. Let's just live our best lives, the best of our ability, and let other people witness it and come to their own conclusions. See you next week.